Hello. Okay. Hello. Oh, okay. Hello. Hello. Ah, okay. Now I know where. Okay. You guys can hear me, right? Hello. Yes. Okay. Hi, John. Hi, Lizzie. I I am I allowed to say that I got a hello? So a hello was beamed in by Maisha. Well, I'm not even going to get into it. All right. Let the record show that there's a hello from Maisha being beamed in from somewhere, but I'll let John work that out in his own space. Speaking of which, uh, wait, okay. Okay, so hello, John. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, Eric. Hello, good afternoon, Noel. Hello, Elizabeth. Good to see you all. Also, obviously, hello, Jawei. Hello, Alea. Hello, Stephanie. Hello. Okay, good afternoon. And and hey, Stephanie. And Alea, I gotta do this again, but a complication has arisen in my other section, in one other section. So please forgive me. This is getting great. But Alea, am I saying your name? I know we've been through this a million times. I'll explain why. Oh, I just kicked her out by accident. That's not cool. Hold on. John, oh my God. Yes, well, I mean, surprise, surprise, I am rude. Okay, wait, Alea, are you here? Can I just, I should probably do this in private, I'm sure, but Alea, I know we've been through this a million times, but am I saying your name right or not?
Yes, you are. You got it right.
Oh, I am. Okay, thank God. And I'll tell you, and I know we've been through this a million times, and I hate to keep putting you on the spot, but I'll tell you, I'll tell everybody the reason I'm asking like a whole, oh, hello, what just happened there? The reason that a whole new semester I'm asking is because in the other section now, there's a new person who spells her name the same way as you do, but she pronounces it differently. So it like brought me all the way back to square. I mean, and now like I'm gonna make
Wow.
yeah, you're both. What's gonna end up happening is your common shared hatred of me is gonna link you two together, and you'll become the best of friends just because of the misery that but anyway, I'm going to shut up. Okay. But yes, or as long as I still have you, but you're the original. So as long as I still have your name right, I'll live with that. Okay. So everybody, hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yes, you are. Oh yeah, what do you call that now? Now that's a thing, right? My son taught, what do you guys call now? There's a word for like, there's like a abbreviation, like a 3-letter abbreviation or something for like the original gangster, or is that right? The OG, the original gang, something like that. Anyway, I'm sounding like one of those professors who tries to sound like one of those professors. All right. No, it is. That is right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, my son said that the other day and I didn't know what he was talking about. No, okay. So yes, you are that. Right. Okay. Okay. God, how much could I show my age? I mean, okay. We're gonna start. Believe me, we're gonna start. Some items of business. Some items of business. Okay. First of all, well, I should confirm I know this is a small class, but you're all, at least everybody who's here is in the Google Classroom, right? Like if you're here right now, but you haven't joined the Google Classroom, please tell me in private chat or something. Like, let's make sure you're there. If you are in the Google Classroom for Physics 204, then please be aware that technically our first sort of big kind of real homework assignment that actually involves doing physics and solving problems and stuff is due this Monday. But I want to warn you right now, we're going to do stuff today, but we're going to do an activity. And I can't even pretend that that activity is really going to help you do that homework. So I'm just going to warn you right now, that homework is going to be one of those homeworks where like you're gonna have to just try your best, and I'm gonna know that. Okay, we're gonna actually spend a while on that first homework in Physics 204. The first homework ends up taking a while to go over and sets up a lot of things for the rest of the course. So it is certainly important. I mean, it's actually super important. But I just want to make clear right now that, like, I want you to make your best first attempt for Monday. I want you to see, consider it almost diagnostic, like see what you know, what you don't know. Some of you, maybe all of you, might have to do a lot of poking on the web to like get knowledge or hints or whatever. That's all fine. Or do whatever you need to try. Just please understand, number one, what I just want is an attempt. In fact, let's be very specific about this. Number one, I just want an attempt. Number two, don't even worry about question number 9. Like the questions get progressively harder. Ultimately, the most important question is question number 9. Like that's what the whole thing is ultimately about. But we're not going to get to question 9 on Monday. I guarantee you that. We will not get up to question 9 on Monday. So don't even worry about question 9. Try your best for the first 8. Even if you have to learn things from the web, as long as you authentically think you understand them, that's cool, write them down. If you see things on the web or whatever, and you don't understand them, just honestly write that down. You can almost use the homework as an opportunity to tell me what you do know or what you don't. I promise all of you, you will certainly get chances to resubmit, to revise. It's like one of those things where we'll just keep doing it until you all get the full score. Okay, so don't overstress it. Don't worry about perfection for Monday, but do take it seriously. Do try to get me something so I can see where you're at and what we need to talk about and what we don't. Okay, because we're coming from different physics classes. Some of us have a deep background in some of that stuff. Some of us don't. So, but just know that I know that when you go to sit down to do that homework, we haven't talked about any of it yet. I know that. So just try your best and you'll be able to resubmit and all that. Okay. Can I just is that clear to everybody? Or is that clear to anybody? I'm talking about the homework called A Thing on a Spring. It's in your Google Classroom. We should check in a second. It's in your Google Classroom. It's technically due Monday. It's technically, by the way, called homework 1B. You'll notice there's a homework 1A. You might not have seen it before, but that's what we're going to do together today in class. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no, that's good. That's good. Sorry. So what John Ford just put in the chat, especially could really help with this homework. Like if you can all help each other, that's great. So there's a Discord server in the chat that John set up. That's great. So please check it. You check it if you're, if you're here. But can I get confirmation from you all? Do you understand what I'm saying about can I get confirmation that you're aware of homework? Okay, great. Thank you, Leah. Oh my God. Thank you, Leah. Okay, she's good enough for me. The OG has answered, so that's good enough for me. Okay, that's 2 people. All right. So that homework that's due Monday that you're going to try your best on is 1B. We are going to turn our attention today to 1A, which just got recently posted. You were not expected to do anything with it. We're going to deal with it now here. I'm also going to tell you now, I'm going to explain it a little bit. We're going to actually go into breakout rooms, which is dangerous with this group. We're going to go to breakout rooms. It's not mathy. It's like a kind of a fun. It's like an introductory warm-up exercise to get us to a very deep concept. The punchline of this thing that we're going to do today is a super important deep concept for the class, but we're going to get there in sort of a silly way. So in a minute, I'm going to put the sheet on the screen. I'm going to just highlight what you're supposed to do with the sheet. I'm going to put you into breakout rooms. You're going to do the sheet together. You're going to write down your answers and stuff like in the breakout rooms. And then when we come back, whatever I say, you can add to your answers. You can revise your answers. Just make it clear what questions you're answering, where or whatever. And then when we're done with all this, everything we've done in class today with it, then you'll just submit that into Google Classroom for points. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to mark it for right or wrong answers. I'm not going to be too crazy about the marking of it. It's more you showing that you got everything out of today's class. So homework 1A, we're all going to do together now. Whatever you write down stuff, just be clear about it. Then you're going to submit. That'll take care of homework 1A. and then on your own, you're going to try homework 1B over the weekend. Okay. So I'm assuming that's clear. So I'm going to switch screens for a second and show you what I mean by homework 1A. This really is a small class, though. So I'm going to switch screens. Bear with me for a second. One, two, three, 6, 9. So a bunch of people are missing right now, but okay. Okay, so what I'm talking about here, the assignment that I'm talking about here, oh, what's in the chat? Yes, you are a small number. You are quite elite. This is quite an elite group. That's right. This is the academic aristocracy of John Jay right here, without a doubt. Okay, we're switching the screen. Okay, so this sheet that's up on the screen right now. Again, I'm assuming you have your own copy, in Google Classroom, because again, we're going to go into rooms in a second, and you're going to deal with it. Well, anyway, and I'm not going to, you can read on your own. I'm not going to read the whole thing out loud, but I'm just going to highlight the main points. You'll notice, well, I guess, so you're going to clear your desk of everything. It asks you to pick 2 arbitrary objects like a pencil and a calculator. You're going to take the 2 objects. You're going to call in your mind, one of them thing 1, and the other you're going to call thing 2. But then just notice, notice instruction 2. It says choose one of the 2 objects. The object will heretofore, that's actually the wrong word. It shouldn't say heretofore. But anyway, the object will be known as thing number 1. Thing number 1 will be defined by a geometric point at its center. If someone says, for example, that thing number 1 is somewhere at some time, she means that the center of thing 1 is at a particular point in space at a particular point in time. So what I mean, so from here on in for this activity, we're going to think of space as being made up of lots and lots of little points or pixels, little dots, right? That are like infinitesimal and infinitesimally close to one another. And we're going to think of time as being made up of lots and lots of moments or instants or points in time, much like we did in Physics 203. And we're going to think of things as also being made up of points. And so you're going to be asked to do a couple of, like 5 tasks with these 2 things. You'll see down at the bottom of the sheet, like it asks you to place the center of thing 1 in some point of space at some point in time. Just so you know, whenever we ask you to do those tasks, we mean for you to be focusing your attention on the center of each of these objects. Don't get distracted by whatever kind of funny shape your object has. Just focus on one point at the center that represents the whole thing. Okay. And if we ask you to put thing 1 in a certain place or a certain space, we mean a certain point in space, not just generally somewhere in the room. Okay. So we're going to, so it says, it gives you 5 different tasks that all sound sort of similar and all have kind of the same similar kind of words, but placed in different orders. So if you read the task carefully enough, they are in fact 5 different instructions. What we're asking you to do ultimately is determine which one of these instructions is possible and which ones are impossible. Okay. And even though there's something that's meant to be thought-provoking about this, we don't mean for you to overthink. I'm telling you right now that some of these tasks are possible, and the ones that are possible are really possible. Like you could do them in like a moment, like you could do them really easily. And in fact, if you show video or whatever, you're going to show me how easily you do them. The others, some of the others are impossible. And when I say impossible, what I really mean is they're not nearly as obviously easy as the other tasks. Okay. You have to determine which one of these is possible and which is impossible. You might find them all obvious. You might get into debates about some of them. Some groups do, some groups don't. But if you get into a debate, our goal is to come to a conclusion as a class. If you get to any one of those instructions and you get to a debate about whether it's possible or impossible, again, remember that if you think it's possible, you should be able to show it very easily. If you think it's impossible, you shouldn't be able to show it very easily, and you should maybe even be able to make some sort of argument about why it's impossible. If you find yourself, this is my last thing, if you get into a debate and you start realizing, well, it depends on how you interpret Yaverbaum's question. Like if you start thinking, wait, I don't actually know what he means here. It depends on interpretation. What I would ask is a couple of things. Number one, assume that we're not asking you to overthink. If you're trying to decide an interpretation, assume we're asking you in a regular everyday world whether you can do this or not. Number two, if you get to instruction number 4, to task number 4 or something, and you suddenly are like, which interpretation does he mean? When he says time, does he mean this kind of time or does he mean that kind of time? Whatever interpretation you come to should be the same as whatever interpretation you came to the other 3 that came before it. If you find yourself all of a sudden interpreting my question a certain way when you get to question number 4, question number 5, there's something off there. You should be interpreting all the questions should be understood in the same fashion. So your goal is to come up with whether they're possible or impossible, each of the 5. Then that might just take you 2 seconds. Some of you might have already done it while I was talking, Cork bless America. But we're going to come back and like poll our results. And then while you're still in your breakout rooms, since then I want you, if you see the rest of this sheet, it has these questions to answer. I want you to try to answer these questions in complete sentences. Again, as always, on a separate piece of paper. Sort of this is the part that you're sort of going to turn in as part of the homework. Whether there are actual right answers or wrong answers in real life, I'm not going to be grading on that. Just give complete, cogent thought answers to these on separate paper. That's what you're going to, oh, and sorry, it says physics 102. It should say physics 204 on the bottom. I'm sorry. But so that's what you're going to do. Okay, let me look in the chat. So I'm going to break you up into groups in a second. Creme de la creme. Right. I like it. All right. So I think, okay. In a moment, I'm going to break you into groups, but can I just get thumbs up or electronic, whatever? Is it clear what we're about to do? More or less. Can I just get like, yes. Okay. Thank you, Jayla. Thank you, Eric. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Lizzie. All right. We're going to stay on Lizzie. We're just going to, oh, no, thank you, Elizabeth. I'm sorry. Did I just say? Wait, was that Lizzie? Oh, there's 2 Lizzie. Oh, yeah, it was Lizzie, and then thank you, Elizabeth. I'm sorry. Okay. So we're gonna break up into groups now. And if you finish early, we're not gonna be the breakout rooms for that long. But, okay. So please go to your breakout room. Great. And Jiawei, you're there? Please go to breakout room.